This is a big one, so let's not waste time. Let's get right into it.
Что вершит судьбу человечества в этом мире?
The camera was a bit too high for most of the shots, but I can't hide away from that the visual energy was on top. This is the best crossover I've seen in LEGO. I'm surprised you were able to keep all these figures standing up, since when I do stuff like this, usually in my videos I have to Photoshop them to be standing because they always fall all the time. And you're clearly not masking here, so I don't know how you did it, or had the patience to do it normally. The use of using your room as a set became critical to the story of the video, so it makes it hard to critique. So I'm just gonna say it's a good thing. The rawness of the video was really good, and if it was done in any other way, I would have given it a bad review, but you know what you're doing and you did it properly, so I'm gonna give you an 8.5 out of 10.
Master Bruce? Are you all right, sir?
The first thing I'm gonna mention is that the video was way too quiet. I had to increase my volume by a lot to hear a thing. You could have cut down the intro to only a few seconds. Instead of having them talk about the bad guys, you should have shown the bad guys doing bad things and then cut to the actual video. And yeah, the way you put the intro together just bugs me because it doesn't match the energy of the far more faster paced video that's right ahead of it. After that, things actually get really good, and I can't lie about that. The battles were so chaotic and fun, but there were some parts in the audio mixing that it just hurt my ears. Mixing up the audio isn't how you make things feel loud. It's better to have a contrast of quieter sounds with louder ones, so you actually feel the difference between them. You also had my volume higher for the battle because of the earlier B4, so that just hurt my ears. You gotta fix that up. So yeah, the audio was your biggest flaw, but the action was just so much fun. That makes it one of the best brick films I've seen so far, but I'm gonna give you a 7.5 out of 10. The set design here was absolutely amazing. I love how you made the island, the ship, and the non-LEGO tools, and of course the sky. The creativity for this gave the childlike wonder many things I've lost. The music adds so much, but the audio was just a little bit too low quality. Actually, that actually makes it better. It reminds me of a video you would find from a 15-year-old channel that stopped posting 80 years ago. But this was just so much fun. Like it was like the video I just previously reviewed in action, but with far more narrative. I can't describe how much I enjoyed watching this. No comedy needed. The framing and camera work were great, but the same with the zooming in and out before it blasts that happened in the beginning of the video. One issue I see that is aesthetically good thing but not technically is the lighting. It seems like the camera or phone you're using has too much digital noise from the low amount of light you gave for the lighting, but the digital noise gives it that old childlike wonder feeling, so I can't really say it hurt the video too much. And if it really didn't hurt the video, I don't think I have a bad thing to say about this video. This is such an obvious 10 out of 10. All the flaws actually made the video have more character, so in reality there were no flaws, making it perfect. Good job.
Oh my god, what that one top?
The camera always felt ever so slightly too low, and the framing didn't give enough headroom for most of the stuff that was shown. I did like the dim lighting look though. Usually when others do it, it just gets messed up and it becomes really hard to look at what's going on, but you didn't suffer from this. The use of music was phenomenal. This might be the only LEGO video where I actually genuinely felt any form of suspense, wanting to know what was gonna happen next. The gore effects could have been enhanced, but they were still really good. The dialogue text felt like it was just added like after you filmed and like it didn't really mean much, but you should have made it fit more into the theme with like a different font and like more organized. When the officer shot, you could have added some form of light so it felt more dramatic when he shot and more realistic. But as a whole, this video was a solid 8 out of 10. We're on a good roll today with good videos. A lot of dialogue in this video could have been cut down. Not that it was bad, but rather that it just didn't add anything to the video and it hurt the flow. Daredevil himself, for example, didn't have to say a thing for the first half of the video, and neither did most of the henchmen. Keeping it would have been fine, but only if it didn't pause or show itself for too long, because the video itself paused, let them speak, and that really hurt, like I said before, the pacing of it. The flips and all were actually really cool, right along with the Daredevil figure. The set design was also awesome. Those three things did a lot to maintain this video. Just work more on your sound effects. The impact sounds felt weak, as if Daredevil was trying to pet the henchmen like a golden retriever rather than like beating them. Overall, this is a 7 out of 10.
There's so much I want to say, but I don't know where to say.
When you filmed this, you should have gotten something to hold onto your camera or phone so it didn't feel like you were just putting it in place for every frame you took. You could have also added more to the ending rather than just cutting it short. Your ideas were great, but you just needed more physical control of what was going on in your film, like where the bricks move and all that. Try getting either tape or some form of clay to hold onto your LEGO plates too, to like, keep them in the place you want them to. This is the definition of a 5 out of 10. There's a lot to improve on, but there's still a lot of potential. The Robin comedy was perfect, so I wouldn't have it changed anything about that. The action though was pretty lackluster. Like, I've seen your Godzilla videos prior to this, and I know you could have done better than just having Batman slide his way to the bad guys and Robin doing more of a pat on the back than a punch. I don't know if you did the woman's voice for this video, but it made me smile from laughter. In real life, like, I could totally hear that it's a dude, which is why I avoid doing this in my videos by either using like Siri or making a voice as cartoonishly manly. It was a fun watch, but it just needed some tweaks. Nonetheless, a 7 out of 10.
Не выходи из комнаты.
I love the lighting you had outside of the intro. The dark scene inside the factory was actually filmed really well, despite it intending to be, well, you know, just dark. The movements you gave to the dude in the end reminded me of how they appeared in the Lego Ninjago movie. And yes, he deserved to get cheesed out by the robot. Everything else in the video was also decent, but this is an obvious 8 out of 10. There just weren't many things you can complain about watching this video, so didn't try to go crazy. I was not ready for this video. It looked pretty bad in my real opinion, but I was just gonna move on from it. But once things actually began to happen, I was completely blown away. These are actually the toughest impacts I've seen in a brick film, maybe ever. Every punch felt so angry and vicious, I actually just couldn't believe it. Like, not even I've been able to replicate half of those punches. The blood punch was absolutely crazy. I didn't even think you had the resources for that. The hand-drawn lasers worked so well with the red lighting. I won't underestimate anyone ever again. 9.5 out of 10. Now I realize you have this unreal ability to switch from live action to stop motion. I do it sometimes, but you make it into your whole aesthetic. Also, I have to mention that you have an absolutely phenomenal set design skill. These are unseen levels of set design. I'm actually so blown away with this, bro. Like, if you ever want to do a collab with me, I'm so down to it. You have so much of my respect for this. I hate to glaze, but so far this is the best reviewing video yet. Because like, how can anyone ever make this ever? Like, just how do you even process you're gonna even build all of this? Like, I just generally don't understand your thought process for this. There was no way that was made just to like hop on the backroom trend, because like this is like a whole different level. You have to be one of the OG ones that were like in this for like 2020 just to be able to like animate all of this in time. You can see the love and passion in every single frame of this video. I might be crazy, but did you actually use the water for the pool rooms? This is the highest effort video I've seen maybe ever for a Lego video, and I've seen people spend over a decade on a Lego film. There's zero things I can say bad about this video. Instead, you should be doing the reviewing instead. This is the first 11 out of 10. You have outmastered me in all forms. I bow before you. You need to fix the aspect ratio of this since it's a square, but there's huge black bars over having the standard 16:9 video inside of it. You could have embraced this video more by having the video use your home more of a set. By this I mean the train could have just had small montages of it going through your home and some impact to the story with it. It was a simple video, but you're just getting a 6 out of 10. It was nothing crazy. You just need to find a way to add more thrill into it.
This number is no longer in service. Check the number and don't.
Like, really, I want to be giving bad critiques like I've done to other people in other videos, but like, how can I give this a bad review? The pacing was great, the comedy was fabulous, everything except the framing. Alright, so I can critique you on something, so I don't have to feel useless. It felt overly shaky at times, in a more of a I don't have a stand for my camera or phone kind of way. Outside of that, everything in this video will be in art galleries right next to like Leonardo da Vinci and Chief Keef. 9.5 out of 10. The lighting was a bit bland, so I would work on making it give out more weight to the story, but if this is how you wanted it to look like, I also understand that. The gore effects were so gross that it was awesome. I was blown away by the flamethrower effects, no pun intended, and if there's something I would add to them is blood, so the chunks of flesh have something to befriend it, you know? But jokes aside, this is an easy 9 out of 10. I like that in the beginning you used the fisheye lens like the actual skateboarding videos. Even with the cramped up space, you did great on giving the turtles the space to do their moves. There were some pauses that weren't necessary and the ending was very anticlimactic. You could have done more, like the final clip with the pizza dude, changing the scenario right before it should have been done. But you should have changed the scenario right before that. Like, what you could have done instead is that instead of having the dude be put in the trash, the turtles should have beaten him up and the pizza dude decides to help him out. Either way, this is a 7.5 out of 10. A lot of you guys still didn't make it into this one, so you guys are gonna be in the next one after. And this review so far has probably been the most consistently amazing one out of all of them, but there will be another one, I just don't know when. I hope you guys enjoyed, like, subscribed, and shared. See you guys next time and have a good day.